What's up, boys? It's your boy, Sorry Macaroni Man here, back in another video. And today we're gonna be going over the most anticipated fights, either for upcoming for this year or next year in 2027. And yes, there has been a lot of fight news going on with UFC 331 and all that, and that'll be my what's today? Today's Friday. That'll be dropped probably like Saturday. Same with the results for Salcott and Gamrot. So I'll definitely drop that tomorrow. Obviously, Mauricio Arufi, Armin Saruki, those guys gonna be fighting that card. I'll go over all the fights and all that. I won't make predictions yet, but I'll go over the fights. I'll only make predictions for the co-main and the main event. But anyways, let's get on to what we're here to talk about. Today we're going to talk about the most anticipated fights that I've been seeing, talked about, fights that may have been canceled are being put in the works, fights that have somewhat been confirmed, but like they're not going to happen for a little while just because some circumstances are going on there here and there. But let's get straight into it here with the first fight being it's a very anticipated fight, that being the biggest women's MMA fight in history. Yes, bigger than Holly Holm and Ronda Rousey. Yes, bigger than Gianna Carano versus Ronda Rousey. Yes, this women's fight, Amanda Nunes, the not arguably the best women's MMA fighter of all time, against Kayla Harrison, PFL champ, current women's bantamweight champ. This fight to me is going to be insane, bro. This is the most hyped women's fight, and yes. This fight to me I feel like this fight alone could headline just how good these two are and how good this fight is. These two alone should headline. Bro, they should headline a card themselves. Obviously, Kayla Harrison just got off surgery. She's kind of rehabbing. She has gone back to sparring, I think. But I think she had some type of back surgery, something like that. Where she couldn't really, fight. This fight, I feel like this fight was booked at one point. Like, it was, like, confirmed to happen. But then, it was in the works. But then, Kayla Harrison injured herself. And I was like, okay, damn. Sad to see, but we're gonna have to wait. So this fight's definitely gonna happen in 2027, bro. I'm telling you, this is gonna happen. This fight alone could literally be it can main event a card itself. Kayla Harrison, so far in the UFC, she's really been really good, bro. She's been really good. Amanda Nunes, obviously, she retired, but she came in retirement for this, bro, and it makes sense. I mean, she retired as a champion. I mean, realistically, if Amanda Nunes, and I think she would win this, if she wins this fight, I do think that she would relinquish the belt and retire again, just because she came out of retirement for this, bro. But I do think she would go back to retirement if she wins this. But this fight is really good. I'd love to see it. Two elite women's fighters, not just women's fighters, fighters in general. Okay, like I mean, it's up there like one of the all-time like goats of the sport, bro, for sure. But like hopefully this fight can happen, early 2027. Like this could happen in January, February, because Harrison probably will be cleared by then, bro. To fight. I mean, I've seen her like sparring and stuff, training, but I haven't seen her, actually. I haven't seen any fight news yet about this, probably because she's injured still. But very exciting. Let's move on to the next. That being Sean Strickland versus Nasruddin Imavov 2. This fight has a lot of hype to it. Yes, if you do know, Imavov was talking to someone. He was talking about, the UFC said his next fight will be a title shot. And Sean Strickland's next fight is mostly going to be against Imavov. Like, his next fight is going to be against Imavov. We've been hearing about Khamzat Chimaev talking about, rematch round 2, bro, all this, but like Khamzat, bro. Khamzat could generally move up to light heavyweight if he wants to and fight there. But I do think this fight's gonna be way different than the first fight, because yes, not Imavov and Sean Strickland fought like a couple years ago. If you remember, Imavov did not really do a good job against Sean Strickland. He got destroyed. Bro. I remember that very vividly. Not destroyed, but like you could tell Sean Strickland won the fight. But Sean Strickland is doing some injuries too, so this fight is probably gonna be booked for like 333 or 330. 332? I'm not per se 333 is gonna be booked for sure. Maybe that could be the main event, and then Miles and Volk could be the co-main event. Spoiler, that's another fight's gonna be on here too. But this fight to me is going to be, I think Imavov has definitely stepped up in his competition, the ones he's stacked up over the years. His fighting Strickland, his skills definitely gone up. Fighting style definitely got him better. I think this fight's gonna be good, bro. Better than the Khamzat fight, maybe. Just because Khamzat and Sean, you guys a lot of wrestling in that fight, so it definitely could be better than the Khamzat fight. But I do think Nasruddin Imavov definitely has a very good chance of winning this fight. And I would say that this fight's gonna be really exciting, bro. I'm just saying, really exciting. Second fight, you could see a trilogy too if Imavov wins, but I think Sean Strickland really could pull this off. If oh my god, I can speak. If Sean Strickland could really pull this one off, his resume is gonna be his resume is already stacked. But if he can pull this one off, that'd be crazy, 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 crazy. But I mean, that's what I gotta say. This fight is exciting. I mean, Imavov already confirmed his next fight's gonna be a title shot. That's what the UFC told him. If the UFC lied to him like that, it's crazy. But next fight is a title shot. He's gonna fight Sean Strickland. It's already basically confirmed. And it's be a sick card to build too. But let's move on to the next matchup here. That being Petr Yan, the current bantamweight champion, versus Merab Dvalishvili, a contender. He's next up for the belt. We know that. This will be their third. This is complete the trilogy, bro. Their third fight. Third. We know Petr Yan won the last one. Merab won the first one, bro. Merab is the bantamweight. To me, bro, I think Merab's the bantamweight GOAT. This dude fought like 7 times in like the past like 2 years, bro. Yes, he hasn't fought recently. He's been doing a lot of RAF stuff. Okay, cool. But you cannot deny how active Merab is. And yes, Merab will be fighting, bro. This fight to me is basically confirmed, bro. This is gonna be in 332, bro. To me, it's 332 headline, bro. I don't know what the coming would be for this card, but this card legitimately is going to be, bro. This card would be nice, bro. Especially with Merab and Petr Yan, bro. The third fight, bro. It's been such a fun watch seeing Merab rise in the rankings in the UFC and Petr Yan getting the belt back. It's been so fun to watch both those fights. And the third fight, we all want it. We need it. It's definitely it's definitely in the works. Petr Yan's been training. I've seen Merab. I've been doing rap, but Merab, he's probably hiding injuries too. Still, like I in the second fight he hit a lot of injuries. This fight he's hiding injuries as well, probably. But he doesn't matter. I think it's gonna be 100% for this fight. Obviously, he broke his nose like twice in 2 different like parts, but he's gonna be ready for this, bro. And to me, it's gonna be probably one of the most hype fights. Because people want to see Merab, but Merab is a fan favorite, bro. Petr Yan is also a pretty big fan favorite. People like both these guys. It's a good fight. To me, honestly don't know who wins. I feel like Merab might retain it, but like regardless, bro. Like after this fight, obviously whoever wins, Sean O'Malley's next up. Sean O'Malley probably won't beat either of these guys, but these are good matchups, bro. Oh my god, these are bangers, bro. This is a banger matchup right here. Banger. We move on to the next. That being, yes, Josh Hogan versus Alex Pereira. Okay, now, in order for this fight to happen, Alex Pereira needs to go back to heavyweight. For now, I think Pereira's going to go back to light heavyweight for a little while. Maybe like 1 or 2 fights. Try to win the belt light heavyweight, like win it back. I mean, he definitely could. Like, if he were to fight Carlos Ulberg right now, bro, Pereira would beat Ulberg. Like, we know that. That's like a round 1 finish for Pereira. But with all the beef, we saw the press conferences between Hogan, Pereira, even Topuria, taking shots at Topuria too, for the UFC Freedom 250 card. Like, bro, to me, if I was the UFC, if I was Dana, bro, I would be trying to, do my best I can to, like, really, like, I'll wait a little bit because Hogan's going to be fighting. Hogan's contending for the heavyweight belt, first of all. That's one thing. So he's contending for the belt. Pereira's contending for the heavyweight belt. He's still in the rankings. But he only went that way just to be a 3-division champ. Obviously, we saw that he lost. But this fight to me this fight could happen, honestly, like late, like this fight could literally happen in the next upcoming like 3 numbered cards, bro. It really could, genuinely. And if this fight were to happen, bro, like this fight has so much hype, hate, and animosity like behind it all, bro. It's be such a good fight to watch. Yes, people be satisfied how Josh Hogan lost, but also Josh Hogan won this fight, bro. You know crazy? Josh Hogan won this fight against light heavyweight, bro. That would really question Pereira is the light heavyweight GOAT. That would question it, bro. That would question if he's the Pereira's the light heavyweight, not just light heavyweight, if he's like MMA GOAT. That would question it genuinely. Because Josh Hogan's the only person to beat him. Actually, no, Adesanya beat him, yeah. Think about it, if Josh Hogan beat him, bro, that'd be insane. But still, man, this to me is probably the fight that has the most hate behind it because these guys don't like each other, bro. We know that. It's kind of like when Pereira was fighting Adesanya, or even when Pereira was fighting Ankh, when Ankh alive. Like I think almost all Pereira's like fights for the belt have been filled with hate. Like when he fought Jamal Hill, hate. Fought Yuri. I think Yuri wasn't really much hate. He didn't really hate Yuri. It wasn't really hate between those two. But Jamal Hill, pure hate. Adesanya, pure hate. That was a trilogy. We know that. And then Ciryl Gane, they weren't really big fans of each other either. So I mean, like that. But like this would be a good fight. Definitely one of these fights that like if you were to see this fight being booked on a card, is a must-watch fight. I think pretty much almost all these are must-watch fights, but this fight is definitely must-watch between, arguably the GOAT of the UFC and Josh Hogan, upcoming star. He's already proven himself. Move up the rankings. Good fight. I'm telling you, bro. Must-watch. Next up. Yes, this fight's been confirmed already. Gonna be Alexander Pantoja versus Joshua Van. This fight's been confirmed on 331. The whole card's been made already. I'll make a video on that. You know, I don't really want to talk about this fight too much because I'll make a whole different video about 331, like tomorrow most likely. But this fight, we knew it was coming. We knew Pantoja was gonna get the rematch for sure. I mean, hopefully we see a trilogy for this because definitely there should be a trilogy for this. Well, these two. You know, a lot of people are saying Josh Van got a fluky win. Yes, he got a fluky win in the first fight because Pantoja did break his arm. Something like that. He did something to it where he couldn't continue and he had to give away the belt. He lost. Joshua Van has proven himself. Joshua Van is a really good fighter. He proved himself against Tatsuro Taira fight. Even though Taira doesn't have that good of striking, he proved himself in that fight. He proved that he could really hold on to the belt, that he deserves to be champion. But Pantoja is his biggest test, bro. If he can beat Pantoja, split decision, whatever. If he can just beat him, bro, that'd be insane. And he like Pantoja's arguably a flyweight. Pantoja's in the flyweight Mount Rushmore, but he's arguably a flyweight GOAT, bro. He's arguably like him and DJ, bro. He's arguably like one of the GOATs, like a flyweight, bro. And if they were to beat Pantoja, man, what did I say about him? He's up there too. But I mean, obviously, I feel like he probably need to be one more other guy, but still, bro. A really good fight. I'm glad. We already knew it was coming. We already knew it was gonna get booked for 331. We were just waiting for the UFC to announce it. But we already knew, like, you know, it would be a lot of behind the scenes. It was in the works. We already knew that. Good fight. Don't want us to get too long. Let's move on to other fights. Next fight, that being Movsar Evloev versus Alexander Volkanovski. Volk, to me, I feel like this is probably the most one-sided fight out of all these fights, just because a lot of people. Like, let's be honest, if Islam couldn't, take down Volk and submit him, do you think Movsar going to take Volk down in this fight? No. Let's be honest. Movsar obviously is an elite pressure wrestler, bro. He's pretty good at what he does on the ground, but this fight to me is one-sided. But it's still a good matchup. Movsar deserves a title shot. He's undefeated. He just beat Lerone Murphy in April or May, whatever. He definitely has proved himself in order to get this title shot, so I'm not even mad at that. But this fight to me is probably gonna be on 333. But it's a good fight, bro. Volk, he is featherweight GOAT. Really, man. He's proven himself. He's beaten almost everybody. Look at his resume. Look at his loss to. Look at who he's beaten, bro. He's proven himself. He proved himself. But yes, he lost to Islam. Okay, cool. But like, he's still proved himself. He's came back and shown. Like, he's like 38, bro, and he's still like fighting at this high level. And to me, Movsar gonna be added to that list of the guys he beat, bro, as the champion. That's all I gotta say. To me, he's gonna be a guy added. Like, out of these fights, this fight's really one-sided, bro, because Volk's gonna dominate Movsar to me. But we can move on because there's way better matches we have down the line here in this. So let's move on. Right, that being Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. Yes, Ciryl Gane's the interim champion. Tom Aspinall's the heavyweight champion. Yes, Tom Aspinall's been out for a while with the high stuff, but he's ready. Literally, when Cyril Gane was calling out Tom Aspinall saying, "Let's fight UFC France," or that make the fight happen, Tom Aspinall was like, "Yeah, let's do it." Like, he's ready, bro. He's fully healthy now. Cyril Gane, the only thing that was damaged in the X-Pereira fight, like literally did not. But this is still a really good fight, bro. I would say that yes, there's speculations about Cyril Gane, the eye pokes and him kind of being a dirty fighter, yes. But I think in this fight, we're really gonna see these. Like, this is gonna be a really good heavyweight bout. I'm telling you. I originally thought it was gonna be on UFC France. I feel like that's kind of too soon for Cyril Gane to fight. I mean, he did fight in June, and UFC France is in September, or yeah, September I think, or August, one of those. I think it's September, whatever. So it'd be kind of a little bit early for him to come back, but I do think, make this fight be co-main, main, literally does not matter, bro. Make it happen, bro. Aspinall accepted the call from Cyril Gane. This match, we've been wanting the rematch for a while after the known contest ruling for the first fight. We UFC fans all want this, bro. Want to see this happen. Want to see who's a true heavyweight champion. Because a lot of people saying Cyril Gane is definitely probably the best heavyweight right now. But Tom Aspinall is still really good, bro. And if he can beat Cyril Gane, people love the out like that. So I want to see Tom Aspinall beat Cyril Gane. But that's just my opinion. But let's just move on. Next up, you knew it was gonna be on here, bro. Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia Topuria. This fight, I did say the Josh Hogan versus Alex Pereira fight had a little bit more hate to it. This fight has more hate to it for sure. These two guys hate each other, bro. They hate each other. Anytime they see each other, bro, it's literally up, bro. It's up. They hate each other, bro. Literally. Paddy's a good trash talker. Ilya's like trash talk too, but Paddy's been on him, bro. Paddy's like, yo, bro. Paddy literally's like, somehow Ilya quit in the chair, bro. I remember the whole thing about him buying the stool. He quit in, bro. Hilarious, bro. Paddy, he just came from one against BSD, bro. He literally showed why BSD is has a low IQ as a fighter, bro. And BSD's a good fighter. He's not that good, not that good at fight IQ. But anyways, obviously Ilya needed face surgery and all that. His face needs to be fixed. He's still kind of injured, But this fight is definitely gonna be booked, bro. This should be the next fight for Paddy. Next fight for Ilya. Ilya's not going to get a title rematch, no. For a title rematch, you can honestly say for Justin, maybe Charles. Actually, no. I feel like Charles could fight Justin Gaethje. You don't know. Honestly, obviously he did back out with the fight Arman because rest in peace, Alan Nascimento. Obviously, he had dropout. He's grieving. But realistically, he could fight Justin Gaethje. He honestly could fight him for lightweight belt. It's really possible. But anyways, this fight to me is the most heated fight of all, bro. The most hate between these two. I mean, to me, Ilya. Oh my, it's such a hard fight. I think Ilya already takes this fight, but this is such a good fight. Like, this fight should be the co-main event of a numbered card. No less. No more, no less, bro. Obviously, it shouldn't be a main event. Please, I pray to God, don't make, bro. I don't see Ilya Topuria on a fight night card, bro. We don't want to see that, but we want to see these two fighting on a numbered event, co-main event. Bang, make it happen, please, bro. This will be a banger fight, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This is like some Conor level, Jose Aldo hating, bro. Imagine the press conference between these two, bro. The press conference gonna go crazy, bro. I'm telling you, man. UFC will make a lot of money booking Hoke and Pereira and Paddy and Ilya, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Trust me. They will, bro. For the last fight we have on here, it's going to be, welterweight, this discussion, bro, between Carlos Pratas and Michael Morales, bro. This fight has been talked about for a while. Obviously, Michael Morales is the backup for Ian Gary if he has to drop out because of injury or anything like that. He's the backup fighter to go against Islam. And I think, realistically, Carlos Pratas to me is the hardest hitter in the UFC. Not just welterweight, in the UFC. I think this fight, not one-sided. These two are really good fighters. Both have the same type of build. Both are kind of similar. I mean, Carlos Pratas has a better ground game than Michael Morales, but Michael Morales is still a powerful guy. Carlos Pratas has more power, better ground game. But this fight really, to me, I think Pratas will take this by a little edge. But this fight, realistically, these two are gonna fight each other, bro. I think if to me, I think Islam is gonna beat Ian Gary, and if he does, he can honestly retire, relinquish the belt, and then literally what they should do is Carlos Prates versus Michael Morales for the welterweight belt after Islam relinquishes it because he retires. Make that happen, bro. Make it happen. If Islam retires, if he doesn't retire, then Prates is up next for the belt. And after that, if Prates doesn't get it, then Michael Morales is up next, basically. But I'm telling you, bro, this is a really interesting matchup. It's kind of hard to really, say who's gonna win. Obviously, Carlos Prates, and not just Carlos Prates, both of those are fan favorites. Prates has more power to him, better ground game. He knows how to stuff takedowns better. But I just really like this matchup. Very interesting matchup. If they can soon, bro, after the whole UFC 330 card finishes up, maybe Prates gets his title shot. I want to see this fight happen, bro, for sure. Banger fight. And boys, it's gonna be the end of the video here today. If you enjoy this content, like and subscribe, man. I love talking about these fights that I'm really anticipating, or mostly should happen, for sure. But these fights, I like them a lot. Hopefully they happen in the future before like 2028. All of these should be happening before 2028. But if you enjoy this video, like it up, man. That's gonna be it for it. Peace.